If a dog is a domesticated wolf, then how do you prove your dog is not a wolf, especially if it looks like a wolf? Meet Luna and Keanu, Dr. Ted Anderson's pets. The state of Massachusetts says they look enough like wolves to be considered illegal wild animals to own and therefore must be removed from the state. To prove their dogs are not wolves or wolf hybrids, Ted has turned to a dog lawyer and a professor of evolutionary biology for help. He's also enlisted two of his business associates to act as his witnesses at the upcoming hearing on January 23rd, 2017. What drew me, as the filmmaker, to the case was the deeper and more universal question. What does it mean to lose one's wildness?
Let's see, what attracted me to them was, is that them?
No, there's another one going
All right, okay. Well, okay, what attracted me that I saw on a, excuse me, I saw them on a website, and then they looked to me like beautiful animals, so I just tried them. I mean, I'll try anything. If I go to, I'll try, for example, any type of food that's out there. I went to Iceland. I had to try the rotten shark. Have you heard of that one?
No.
In Iceland? Okay. There's an Icelandic word for it. I could bring it up and even read it. But I tried it. I had to try it, because I try anything. I'll try any type of dog. That's how I got a PhD of physics, because I wanted to try. I wanted to try math. Everybody says, oh, math is so hard. Nobody can learn all that math. Well, after I started learning math, I realized that it's easy to learn math because all it is formalized knowledge.
That's right.
Like physics, it's got lots of dodges and artful dodges and things like that, and using your intuition a lot. That's physics.
Yeah.
But mathematics is just formalized knowledge. You just derive equations, and there's kind of like a process to it, and proving a theorem, there's a process to it. But physics is harder than math, a lot harder. I think physics is probably the hardest subject matter to learn because it requires not only a lot of mathematics, which scares most people, but it also requires like a physical intuition that you develop from solving tons of problems, physical problems with lots of math.
Yeah.
And eventually you develop a physical intuition for things, whether it's mechanics, electromagnetic theory, quantum mechanics, general relativity, statistical physics, plasma physics, atomic physics, molecular physics, nuclear physics, fluid dynamics, whatever. It takes a lot of work, to say the least. Rotten shark, Iceland. Let's see. But I had to try it. And that you've heard of Anthony Bourdain, right?
No.
Yeah, he's the guy that goes around the world eating. Oh,
They're here.
Hey, man.
Hey, good to see you.
It's good to see you. How's it going? You?
I'm doing fine, So.
Good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you. How was the trip up?
We got a little lost.
Oh, really? From where? Where?
We ended up going the other way through West Brookfield.
We blew by an exit.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hey, how you doing?
to see you.
Hey. So, yeah, we got regurgitated. We were in their stomachs, But I guess that I never did taste good, So
No, they kicked you out. No.
Yeah.
So this is your spot, huh?
Yeah, it's not cleaned up. The person who was supposed to come in and clean never came this week. So
No, I like it. That's awesome.
yeah. So I would like to take them out and show you guys, but the environmental police say I can't do that.
So they have to stay in there, which it makes no sense to me to keep them locked up like that.
So you never let them out of the pen?
No, not by themselves, only on a leash. That's it.
How do they work with a leash?
Good. They're real easy to walk on a leash. I can actually pick them up.
They understand like how to like slow down and eat.
Yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, but I usually walk them around here. See, I got like 8.5 to 9 acres. There's almost 5 acres of lawn here. I mean, you could have a football game out here if you wanted to, you know. Mm-hmm. And the lawn goes down that way. It goes all the way up there. I have actually a little laboratory in that garage, you know.
Oh, is that what it is? Some plasma stuff up there?
Yeah, but I'm not going to go in there today because I don't have power to that place right now. I meant to.
We should go take a look at some plasma stuff later, bud.
I'm in for that.
Yeah.
Hey, where's that music coming from?
Huh?
Where's the music coming from?
Oh, I swallowed a radio. No. They get jealous of each other, you know. It's okay. They try to push each other away so that, you know.
So you don't work on any training?
No. I can't even train
How
myself.
often you take them out of the pen and just walk with them?
I can't now. That
Not now, but before, I mean.
I take about it once a day,
Oh, okay.
every day. I just take them for a walk around my property. You know, they don't bite. There's no way that these dogs bit that kid. You know, that she made that up. She changed her story completely.
Which dog?
The black one, Luna.
Luna
You'll
was
see.
the one?
Yeah, she's a jumper.
Who peed out here?
Huh?
Who peed out here?
Probably there's probably another dog that comes around. I don't know.
That's crazy. You got dogs all over your yard?
Yeah. They come here. They look at these dogs. You know.
I don't know if that's good.
No, it isn't. But I don't like it because
That frustrates them.
yes.
You see what I'm saying? They're saying, why is that dog out there?
Yeah.
And I'm stuck in here.
See that? See,
That's not healthy.
I followed all the rules for keeping these dogs. You know, they're all fully vaccinated. If I take them out, they're on a leash. They have a leash law here in this town. Most towns do. And
I don't know of any towns that don't, unless you're out west in the middle of nowhere. Easy.
but I keep these at a rugged pen. There's no way they're going to get out of this pen. And they can't dig out because I got mesh on the ground.
Yeah.
You know?
I saw that over there.
Yeah, and so they can't dig out. They can't jump this fence. If you do this, slant it like this, for some reason, they won't jump over.
Yeah.
Because they have to, it throws them off balance because they have to do this. They have to
Right.
lean back.
Right, they can't do it.
So this was a trick that even zoos use to keep animals from escaping, is to slant it like that. I don't think, Keanu, I don't think could jump this fence, but I know Luna could jump this part right here. She could get over that. I've seen her do it, you know. But as long as you got that slant there, they don't even try. We see that shed right there is heated. There's a heater.
Now, do they stay in there at night?
No, I used to, when it got like 10 degrees below zero or 20 degrees below zero sometimes, that shed is insulated. I got a heater on the outside, you could see it. And I turned that thing on, it would be maybe, you could increase the temperature to about 30 degrees from the outside in there. And I turn it on, and I come out here and they'd be sleeping on the snow.
Really?
Or in that shed over, that's an open shed, that one over there.
And they would be fine.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, they could take the cold.
Oh my God.
But this is there's a lot of money in this pen. Dog
So you don't have to clean up the pen or anything like that. How often do you feed them?
every day. They have some dry food in this shed right here.
And then what do you feed them besides dry?
I cook chicken, liver,
Wow.
and then they have dry food in there. This dry food that I use, it's expensive. I mean, they want like $60, $70 a bag because now there's some movement.
That's
toward-
what we do.
It's like some
It's
movement.
not that much time.
No, it is. It is. They say.
Well, granted, they eat a ton.
yeah.
I'm sure
No,
they eat a
don't.
ton.
No, they don't touch that dry food so much. It's just there to, just in case they get hungry in the daytime.
Well, the only problem with that, though, Ted,
Yeah.
is it's up to you. They're your dogs.
yeah.
But dry food is very good for their teeth
Yeah.
and
Right.
cleaning the mouth.
Yeah.
And if
But
they
what they're
only
doing
eat,
right now is good for their teeth. Biting each other in the face.
exactly.
I mean, I feed them bones and everything. It doesn't bother
I
me.
mean, they can eat a bone.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I give them chicken. I don't take the bones out. No.
Wait a minute. You give them a chicken, they eat the chicken bones?
They eat the whole. Yeah, I give them like.
And they don't worry
I
about
break it-
splinters or anything like that, huh?
No.
Or they've never been sick from it.
They've never been sick from it. So
That's
they love the
fascinating.
bones. But I think the bones are the source of calcium. The main source of calcium for them.
What's up, Luna? What are you
Luna. Yeah, if you call them by names, do they know?
Not really. See, when I was teaching like physics
Yeah.
and engineering up there at RPI, I would do a calculation on the board, and I would take it out like 32 decimal points. I could take it out to maybe 5, in my head, using what I call my neck top computer, which is my head. Come on,
Put my gloves and hat on, Andy.
Luna is a jumper. Okay,
Okay.
you got to watch out for her. She could jump faster than I could.
Luna is the black one.
Black one, yeah. No, that's the thing. You can push him right down. Push him down and scratch his belly. Just push him down. He'll go right down.
Good. Good. Yeah. Good.
See this?
Yeah. No. No.
All you gotta do, if they get jumpy,
boy. Good
all
boy.
you gotta do is push them down. They'll go right down.
Easy. Easy. Good boy. Yeah.
They don't bite, but you can push them down and hold them down.
Good boy.
So what do you think of?
My hands are cold. It's a great dog. Honestly, Ted,
Yeah.
work on training them.
Yeah.
They could be a lot better.
Just bounce out and bury ground.
Some smells in there. You're
Yeah.
right.
I'm gonna put him in it. And go
What do you
the other
think's
way.
in there?
I don't know. I have no idea what's in. All right. Oh shit, man, he's strong. Watch her. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Push her down.
We're
push
right
her
on
down.
there.
Good. Yeah,
Good.
Yeah, you got it. Oh shit. And they both get in there. A pain in the ass.
Are you gonna try to get one out?
All you gotta do.
Yeah.
She'll,
Jesus Christ. No. Easy.
now, if you let her go, she sometimes jumps right up.
No.
Come on, Luna, get out of here. Yeah, come on in. I'll get it.
Come on, Luna.
I'll get him. Come here. He found something in there.
Come on. Oh, he's eating something.
Come on, get out of there.
You gotta work on Luna, dude.
Yeah. Come on, get out of there.
Good boy. You wanna go? Luna? Down. Come on, Luna.
Come on. Come here. Luna, come here. Here, let me grab her. Actually, you walk out here, so follow you.
All right. Come on, Luna.
There. Yeah, go on in. I got it. Shut up, quick. Back.
All right, Ted.
Well, you can see they're friendly, right? You agree with that, right?
Yeah, they're friendly. You could definitely, work on them a little bit, but
Well, normally they're actually a little bit anxious because they haven't been able to take them out and walk them.
that's a good point. That's
So
a very good point.
if you take them out and walk them around, it takes the anxiety out. So
The longer you keep them in the pen, to your point, I agree. It's something after this hearing,
yeah,
and it gets clear, or hopefully it gets clear, you're gonna be able to walk them.
yeah,
And
But-
I would even get someone to train them. If you can, just pay a little money to make them
But you
even
can't
more
do it now.
to
I
make
mean,
them more domesticated.
If you can't take them out of the dog pen,
Well, I would start in the pen and then bring them up.
yeah.
Yeah.
He wants to be scratched behind the ear and stuff like that. If you had these, if you were in my position, would you fight to prevent these guys from taking the dogs? Or,
Well, yeah, I definitely would.
yeah.
It's so worth it.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, there's no doubt, Ted.
What the?
These are, like you said, you live by yourself.
Yeah,
These are your babies.
yeah. And look, where are they going to put them? They seize them. Where are they going to put them that's better than what I got? You know?
Well, hopefully that doesn't happen.
Yeah. You know something, though, Ted? Whatever happens, at least you can look yourself in the mirror and say, I gave it a good fight.
Yeah.
My God, right? You gave it a good fight, Ted. It's not like you laid over and said,
Yeah.
okay, take them.
Prominent biologists gave up on the concept of putting dogs and wolves in the separate species. They're in the same species. But that makes sense because, dogs came from wolves, and so that means genetically they're the same. That's why they can't use DNA in a lot of these cases to tell the difference between a wolf and a dog because they're genetically the same, and so. There's no breeding a wolf with a dog doesn't produce a hybrid because a hybrid, by rigorous biological definition, is when you breed two different species. Like if you bred a wolf with a hyena or a jackal, that would produce a hybrid. You breed a horse with a donkey, you get a mule. That's a hybrid. But breeding a wolf with a dog is not a hybrid because they come from the same species. So a dog is Canis lupus. And a wolf is Canis lupus. They're not separate. It used to be a dog was Canis familiaris and a wolf was Canis lupus, but they're in the same species, so that the word Canis familiaris is dead. It's a dead term. What I have are dogs by modern biological definitions. I do not have wolf hybrids or wolf dogs. That's just, wolf hybrids is a idiotic statement by people who don't read biology. And it's not hard to go back to the year 1993 and read about this. I mean, it's not like you got to plow through a bunch of equations like you do in physics to figure anything out. You just read it.
This is a wolf from Wikipedia. You see the hind legs? You know what I mean about how straight up and down they go?
Yeah.
And you see that the tail does not really go past the stifle?
Yeah. The stifles that bend it.
The stifle's the ankle. That's the ankle there.
Yeah.
This is their upper leg. This is their equivalent of our femur. This is their lower leg.
Yeah.
And then this is their foot. But that to me is one of the that's one of the pictures I'm using in my book to show people what an actual wolf looks like. And this is the one I did outreach with for 10 years, taking him to schools and everything and showing the kids what he was like. But the interesting thing with him is he was not as friendly as yours.
Yeah.
But he was so dignified. Here's what he looked like in his enclosure.
No, that's like 3/4.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
His cousin the same.
They used to say 80%, but I was never quite sure how they arrived at that.
See, this is what she wants right here. She's used to be doing this. She'll just jump up and I'll scratch her back. She loves that. And she thanks me by licking my face,
Yeah, yes, Luna. Yes, girl. Thing is that like we've sort of just been talking about here, is a lot of people have
that was the
very general idea of what they think a wolf looks like.
yeah.
And so when they see an animal that meets that set of expectations, then they get nervous, and in some cases, if they think they have any authority in the situation, or they'll try to enforce something. Now, the Massachusetts law that you guys have showed me is very, very vague.
Yeah.
Because it talks about wild animals, and these guys there's nothing about these guys that indicates they're wild.
Yeah.
They've been bred, they're the results of breeding in captivity for probably at least 10 generations in each case. And when you get past 5 generations, even geneticists tend to throw up their hands in the air and say, you know, we're not sure what we've got here. But I've dealt with hundreds of animals in you know, that have been various degrees and various crosses and things like that, so that, you know, nothing these guys do. You know, I've had these are among the tamest, calmest animals that I've ever dealt with that had anything like this appearance that they're alleged to have.
Yeah.
Nope, no.
No, see, that's a back scratch thing.
Yes, and she thinks my beard is just delicious. She does. It's just so delicious. It's so delicious. She says, you spill food in it.
Does it have a dog smell? Or?
No.
Yeah, what a difference in size, huh?
Part of it's male and female, but also, like I said, is he's much too big to be a wolf.
Yeah.
And there you can see the pink nose pretty clearly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're shaking pictures of your pretty pink nose. It's a recessive trait that got bred into the Malamute line, but no wolf ever has that. Now, I don't know if when the people came by to look at these guys whether his nose was pink or not.
It was like towards the end of September.
Yeah.
But what they did was
if they didn't look closely and they were predisposed to seeing what they wanted to see, they wouldn't have paid that much attention to it anyway. Well, wild animals are much more shy of people, which is, and they've learned to be shy, and so that their tendency when they experience an unfamiliar human is to retreat and hide, and their tails go way down and they tuck them between their legs, and they act fearful. And you know, even if you approach them, they try to get away from you. And what's so unusual about these guys is there's no shyness. Yeah. I mean, last night when we got in late, they came to the fence and sniffed me and licked me and everything, even though they'd never seen me before. Can you show us that smile? Can you show me a pretty smile? Can you show me your pretty smile? Yes. Oh, there, almost. Show me that pretty smile. Come on. Come on. Oh, Keanu. Yeah. Yeah. No, Keanu. We like you very much, but no, we don't want... That's not food. It's not food.
Yeah, I got to thaw some food out, you know.
Yeah.
I gave him a lot of chicken. I don't take the bones out.
Well, that's the only thing I'd say is if you're feeding them cooked chicken, the bones can splinter.
Yeah.
If they're eating raw chicken, the bones just crush.
Yeah.
And they don't splinter, so that there's not much of a problem. There is a cord dangling out of the back of it.
Yeah.
And that's what I think they both been interested in at times. Anything dangling. That's why these guys, it would be good for you to take them for walks, and it's really dumb of people to, especially if you did it on your own place, it would be no problem. Because these guys are no behavioral threat. I'm guessing he weighs 100 to 120 pounds.
120?
That'd be an upper limit, yes.
Yeah. It's like a half door, so they go in there, and I got heated water bowls in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, this is fine. It's a good facility. It's a very, very fuzzy boundary, and that's where a lot of the problems are. So there are a number of large wolf-like breeds. And so, you know, when you get Alaskan Malamutes and Siberian Huskies and Eskimo dogs and Greenland dogs and things like that, and these Laika, all of which get used for sled pulling in cold weather and snow, they're very little change from wolves at a superficial level. So by crossing them, and especially if you cross, say, like a German Shepherd with a Malamute, the offspring looks much more like a wolf than either of the parental breeds does. And when you get a situation like Mr. Anderson has here, where the breeders have been specifically trying to create an animal that looks like a wolf because these animals are quite valuable, but behaves, is completely socialized to humans and behaves, and is a domestic animal because it's been selectively bred for that over a multitude of generations. Most of us are uncomfortable living with animals that remind us of our original allies. So we want a transformed form of it. And so what you get with domestic dogs is animals that have been selected for retaining juvenile characteristics into adulthood. Either the things like floppy ears and short legs and curly tails and curly coats and all sorts of things like that are characteristics you will sometimes find in wolf puppies, but not in adults. A wolf living with a human will go through a developmental stage the same way their children will. Start off as a baby, and then they go through it faster because their lifespan is much shorter. But they will be full-fledged adults by the time they're 3 to 4 years old, and they're very easy to work with at that time. But they have their own opinions of things, which is where the shyness comes in many cases. Because if an animal's shy, it's basically what it's saying is, I'll make the decision about whether I trust these people or not. You don't get to make it for me. Which I think a lot of people would understand quite well. I mean, you don't want people telling you that, oh, you have to trust this person because we say so.
So Jeremy, you can take him home now. So.
Hey, this is just what I was doing before I came here with my dog. She loves the
What type of dog do you have?
golden retriever.
Oh, okay.
But she was just as she's excited in the beginning, and then she just wants to get that scratching. Yeah. Oh, I can see why you want them.
Yeah.
They got a great look to them.
Yeah.
Look how docile they become.
Too bad you've never worked with wolves or wolf dogs and you realize how unusual this is.
To be this calm.
Yeah. I mean, they are the friendliest, among the friendliest dogs of any kind I've ever seen, but definitely the friendliest animals that anybody ever suggested might be wolf dogs.
I've asked all these environmental cops. I said, why don't you bring them out and you could see how friendly they are? Oh no,
Just from there, you're saying they could have seen them?
no, yeah,
From that roadway.
yeah. And then they drove down here. I wasn't home.
Now Luna wants attention.
She'll get it. She'll get it.
Oh, I know she'll get it.
So soft, huh?
Now Luna's more of a leaper than he is. You can come in now, Jeremy.
Yeah, she tends to jump up.
Yeah, she's good.
She gets excited.
I don't know.
Luna,
See
no.
what
She's got the color and the sort of the narrower snout. No!
Luna,
No,
sit.
she's not gonna. She doesn't.
Sit! Sit!
What are you doing?
No. Luna, sit.
Knock it off.
Yeah. There. Get out.
Sit down.
Get out.
You know one of these?
No, he's not.
Okay, hold on
Hey!
to it now. Don't
Knock it off.
Luna, come here.
Stop.
Luna. Keanu gets to come in first, and now she wants to jump all over people, and we're stopping her from
She's
doing
my
it.
jumper. She's like.
She's choking a little bit because
Yeah.
we were holding the collar too, because she's.
Stop it, Luna. Cut it out. Knock it off.
Luna, go down.
Sit. Don't you start. No jump. No jump.
Push down a little.
Good girl.
No.
Oh, you're a good girl.
She's gonna walk, but she's a rambunctious one. You're not tough.
Let me get her.
Yep. Better?
I got her. What's the matter with
Luna,
We'll calm down a little bit.
you? Yeah.
Luna,
Hey,
calm.
what's your problem?
Well, I had heard they didn't growl, so I'm glad to hear them growl. That means that's even more dog-like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever heard her growl.
I have heard her growl.
You have? I have.
Good girl.
So under this 131, it's this Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 131. Section 1 is definitions. So in Section 1, they give the definition of of a mammal. So they're saying, regardless of what the definition of a mammal is in the world, in the outside world, for the purposes of this statute,
Yeah.
a mammal will be any wild or undomesticated mammal. So when they refer to mammals here, they're saying we're only referring to wild or undomesticated mammals. So when they go to the statute then, and they say any mammal which is the offspring of the reproduction between any species of wild canid, it doesn't, they're saying any mammal, so they're saying that these, if you just stopped at any mammal, so that means that they're saying that these dogs are, when they refer to them, they're saying these dogs are any wild or undomesticated mammal. Well, we already shut them down because these are domesticated. They're not wild and they're domesticated. So just by their own definition, we shouldn't even go further. Because you can't say that they're wild, and these are absolutely domesticated, which is why I will ask you the questions, if it comes up, could they survive on their own?
Absolutely.
No, you couldn't turn those loose. They wouldn't survive.
What else about them shows us that they're domesticated?
The pink nose in the case of Keanu, which is a very obvious Malamute trait, and Malamutes are a very well-known breed, and his size, which is completely out of the range for any wild canid. In the case of Luna, the structure of her hind legs is a strong indicator, and her personality is such, and in fact in both of them, their personality is such that they don't show any of the indications based on my experience with wild canids. Now those are among the friendliest dogs of any kind I've ever seen in terms of their interaction with complete strangers.
What they really are. I mean, other than
Well, that's
being
important.
misbehaved. They
Well, that's
very-
a
they
crucial
really-
point, because even at her most extreme this afternoon when we were all there, when Luna was growling a bit and all, there was never any threat from her. She was just saying, "Don't do what you're doing right now." not I'm about to attack, but don't do it. Please stop what you're doing. Those were sort of, stop that, please.
I mean, your work here is done. We're all educated on what you have.
Yeah.
In a couple of states, when they just heard I was coming, the prosecutors dropped charges. So,
All right. Great.
Okay, that's it.
Thanks for
Hey,
everybody
thanks,
getting
Lang. You
together.
did a great job, Jeremy.
Thank you.
There's nobody late.
No, friend. Yeah, let me get out too. Yeah, pull that door so.
Keanu would push her right out of the way. Wouldn't even let her
not
lick
allowed
it.
to freak out.
Okay.
She
I
went to
appreciate
there,
it. Yeah.
And then when she got
You're
out
a
of
good
school,
friend, man.
Well,
job for a couple
but
of
seriously,
years.
this could,
Well, she went to high school then, 'cause
the fact that they're delaying the arraignment to April means they want to
in high
sit
school
and
and
think
then a
about
couple of
this.
years,
And
and then she went back to
I've
work.
seen many
She
a
actually
case like
worked.
this. Oh, the arraignment's in April. Oh, well, on April 4th or
Really?
whatever.
And the
she
woman's
said.
still there?
And
Yeah, it's a
on
woman's still
April
there, 40 years
3rd,
this year.
they call you and say, "Oh, we're dropping the charges."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, Ray, wait a minute. Hold on.
Thank you.
Have a safe trip back.
All right.
You too. Sorry, I gotta hug everybody.
Thanks for all your support. Basically, we did significant damage to some of their evidence and some of their reports. I think they're thinking hard about what they want to do, what their next step will be, and this should not be regarded in any sense as a defeat. It's simply part of the process.
But if I hear anything from saying, "Hey, we got to take the dogs," I'll give you.
Call me right away.
Yeah.
I don't care what time.
They're beautiful animals, aren't they? I love this dog's eyes. Una. Una. I think my pants are Christ. Get out! Get out! Here you go. Let me show you your teeth. He doesn't like it when I grab his mouth like that.
No, who does, right?
Yeah.
No. I'd love to take him for a run.
I can't even take him for a walk.
I know.
Isn't that stupid?
Yeah, it is stupid. Because, like, yeah, like...
You got idiot, like, look at that. He loves that. What the frick is the control? Here it is. No, I think that shuts it off. I think. Yeah, okay, yeah, definitely, you know. Yeah, hand me that thing. My arm hurts so bad I can barely pick up my own trophy now. Oh. I could do certain exercises, but I have to have the movements have got to be right or I'll hurt, you know. All right, this is my first powerlifting trophy that I won. It included Connecticut and Rhode Island, but I got first place when they added up the 3 lifts: the bench press, squat, and the deadlift. Those are the 3 powerlifting lifts. And I did about 450 in the bench press, like 720 in the squat, and about 710 in the deadlift. All right, let's go over to the gym for a little bit.
You want to say hi to the dogs too, or?
Yeah. Get in?
Yo, you want me to come in now?
Yeah, when I get them in here, into this.
Okay.
Luna's eyes.
Yeah.
He's easy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's just a big bear. Come on, come on, come on, come on, guys. Oh, you know what they're looking for?
What?
Whatever's buried in here. They're still. Yeah. Come on, guys. Yeah, come on. Let's go. I must have. Come on. It's okay. Come on, Luna. Good girl.
I'll shut it so you
I got her. I got her. You get him.
get up. Down, down. Luna, relax. Oh, crap. Here goes my shoes. Get out of there. They don't really hurt each other, you know. But notice I get my hands right between them when they do that, and they don't touch them. I can see him, Luna, jumping up and the paw hitting the kid's face, but not biting, you know. See how you just push him down? How easy it is? Huh? It's nothing, you know. The thing is that I got this at a Paris fashion show, you know. The French call it le jacket, you know. What I have on is le sweater. But je voudrais un petit vin rouge. I know how to speak French, though. I just asked for a bottle of red wine. Appréciez-vous. But anyways, I did competitive powerlifting for a long time. That kind of balanced my PhD in physics work. But the Navy also wrote up an article about my powerlifting strengths, and I still have the article. Basically, they said that I combined brains with brawn, as they said, because I had a PhD in physics and I was solving antenna and electromagnetic compatibility problems, as well as hydroacoustic problems for the Navy, using theoretical physics. And then I was working out in the gym winning powerlifting contest, so they wrote up an article about me. Grr! Yeah, okay, Luna seems like she was out of it today, maybe sick, but she seems like she's getting a little bit better. And so I'm making some sounds to see if it affects her behavior. Like, grr, 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 grr. So it seems like that noise for somehow is making her a little more excited. Oh, shit. I got my phone.
Keanu, drop it. Keanu. Keanu. He's texting too at the same time.
Come here, give me that damn thing.
Get him, Ted. Oh.
Get here.
Drop it. Drop it. Drop it.
Get it.
Keanu, come here. Come here. Drop it. No. Drop it. Oh! Ah! You got insurance on that? Oh, it lit right up.
It's interesting that they don't bark, but they howl, you know? I've never heard them bark once, you know? We're at the East Brookfield District Court. I'm going to be arraigned for having so-called illegal wolf hybrids, even though there is no such thing as a wolf hybrid. So that's the dilemma.
All right, I'm in the back parking lot.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. All
right, let's head. We'll meet you by the front door.
Okay. All right, okay. We sat down there and we got arraigned, and they got a court date for, was it June 15th?
June 15th, they're calling it a pretrial.
A pretrial hearing. The criminal attorney kind of briefed me on how they will go about things, and I guess, see, I'm a scientist, so I think that science wins, but he's basically saying a lot of other factors come in besides science. And that kind of worries me, being a scientist myself. Okay, I feed the dogs.
red meat, and chicken. 2 different containers that separate them out. Usually 4 leg quarters, and I tear them up, 2 different bowls. So altogether, it's 4 bowls. They get this eat every day. Okay. Hi. Good morning. I just got a brand new shirt to go in the dog pen. You know, this is I got this in a Paris fashion show, and basically what I want to show you over here is I installed an air conditioner for the shed. It's also got a heater here on the outside, but this air conditioner is also a heater in the winter time. Here's the power. There it goes. See, now it's at 22 degrees Celsius, which is about, that's 70.1469842. Let's see, let me think.
Yeah, they're making a den.
Yep, they're making themselves a den.
Yeah. Well, it turns out that Keanu was pregnant, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
how did that happen?
I have no idea. You know?
Whoa. Hi. What's up?
Yesterday was supposed to be a pretrial hearing, but my lawyer told the judge he was filing a motion to dismiss on the grounds that the law is vague and it doesn't make any sense. And that's true. It doesn't make any sense. It's completely unscientific. The next hearing will be August 7th, 9 a.m.
We gotta get you in shape. This is pathetic. Come on.
What's happening, fucker? What's happening?
My attorneys presented their motion to dismiss the case. They had a written motion, and which they filed, and they gave ample time for the assistant district attorney to file a counter motion. So, at any rate, I think my attorneys put
put together a pretty strong argument. Their approach was to focus on the legality of the case more than the science. So their motion to dismiss focused on the law being unconstitutional for vagueness. I mean, in mathematics, you can't have theorems and corollaries that are vague. Otherwise, you wouldn't have mathematics. Like, I know it sounds naive, but I guess I still have in the back of my mind that institutions like the state of Massachusetts would strive for truth and ethics. Why do they have to make my life miserable? The next step is the judge said that he was going to read over the motion that my lawyers filed. I think he's going to make his decision by September 21st, which is the next hearing. Two phones. I got to get my phone out of here. Here, will you watch my phone while I put some stuff on your ear? Here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Here. Oh, come on. Like, it was a good thing they invented this stuff. Yeah, well, I got a call from Jeremy Cohen, Tuesday evening, that the judge ruled in our favor and dismissed the case based on the law being vague, the vagueness of the law. And so now the assistant district attorney has 30 days to appeal. So we'll see what happens, but most people I talk to don't think that's going to happen. I have to be careful for the next 30 days as to where I take them and all that. I have to keep them more or less in the pen all the time for the next 30 days, because if any accident happens whatsoever over that 30-day period, as my lawyers told me, then they'll really nail me. We'll lose all this ground we covered. All right, I guess that's it then.
Looks like his ears have cleared up.
Yeah, I got some medication, and I didn't have a chance to put it on.
It just got better.
Yeah, maybe that stuff I put on that.
Yes, well.
Yeah, maybe that did it. Look, like wolves don't have pink noses. He's got a definitely pink nose.